The Gloucester Park Preview is proudly presented by Retrovision. Our panel of experts will dissect the premier harness race meeting of the week and hopefully find the winners. Retrovision, lowest prices guaranteed. RAC members save an extra 5% every day at Retrovision.
A very good morning. Welcome along to the Retrovision Gloucester Park preview for this Friday night. 10 races, the Schrader, the Western Gateway, Golden Nugget Prelude. It is a big night of racing and plenty of open racing as well. Tab Touch fixed odds available in all races, 5:40 start time. Chris Voak will be joining us as well as Glenn Moore as we welcome in the boys to the studio. Firstly, Glenn Moore. Good morning, Glenn.
Good morning, boys, and good morning, listeners. Big night, Golden Nugget Prelude to Western Gateway is always a great race, a Group 3, and the Schrader for the mares, a Group 3 as well. Really looking forward to that. The free-for-all as well is jam-packed action tonight at Gloucester Park.
And after a sabbatical over in Japan, Trent Cooper is back. Good morning, Trent.
Yes, good morning, Matt. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, Glenn. Yeah, no, looking forward to being back into it, and there's some really good races. I'm really looking forward to that mares race. I think it's a cracking race. We've got some good mares at the moment, and we don't have a super dominant one, which makes for good racing week in, week out.
Chris Voak will be joining us very soon. Let's get into the first race, though. It's over the 25-36 at 5:40 for Electrolux, the 4-year-old Golden Nugget Prelude. Lion Queen, $6. Mickey's Pride at $7. Blaze Away, 31. Maximum Rock, 101. I'm Lightning Banner, 41. Better's Pride, 230. Tualoo, 12. Cabernet, 71. Dark Eyes, 101. Quinton, 26. Elder Tribute, 650. And Franco Motu at 460. Tricky little race, Trent, to start things off. But one thing we've learnt looking at this race is Mike Reed's got some nice 4-year-olds.
He does. There's 5 in this race. And Dark Eyes, I don't think can win from the draw. None of the others would totally surprise, even Quinton, if it happened to be leaders back, particularly from a place point of view. I've gone with the one that I think is the best one, but I think it's definitely under the odds in Better's Pride. I think he's too short at $2.30, but I'm going to put him on top. Has got a couple of strings to his bow. Has got good gate speed as well. And it'll be interesting if Shannon Salko does use that, or if he's happy just to let the 1 and the 2 sort of work things out from there, and he goes back and tries to come with one run, because he is likely to be able to flush out a horse like Elder Tribute or Franco Motu if he does go back. I'm going to put him on top. I think he will get out to a better price, though. Lion Queen, been really impressed with her, the way she's been racing. She was crossed from this gate, I think was it by Atlantic Gem
yes.
a while ago? Yeah, but this... It's a reasonable line, and she was unlucky on that occasion. She wouldn't have won that race, but she finished a long distance second to Copycat Queen. But she's racing really well. I thought on each way basis she'd be thereabouts. Mickey's Pride got out to a silly price last start when winning, and from the nice draw is going to be there throughout as well. So I'll go with the Mike Reed trifecta there of 6-1-2, and then throwing in Elder Tribute, who is going to trail through nicely. Interestingly, that Gary Hall Jr.'s chosen Franco Motu, and he's quite short in the market for my note. At this stage, I'm yet to be convinced, not about his ability, but about his ability to handle Gloucester Park wide on the track. I think he's better suited at Pinjarra, or if he could lead in a race, he could win a nugget if he could lead, but that's going to be the query for him tonight off that back row. 6-1-2-11.
6-1-2-11. I'm with 6-1-2-12. Same reasons, basically. I've got a bit of time for Better's Pride. Think he's going to be very hard to beat. 1 Lion Queen is flying. And 2 and 12, put Franco Motu in for 4th, elevated that horse up to 4th just because Junior jumped off of Elder Tribute. So 6-1-2-12, 6-1-2-11 for Trent. Glenn, your thoughts?
Yeah, important for the rankings too. There's horses here right on the borderline for the nugget, and this is a golden ticket. So, for example, Lion Queen's 11, Mickey's Pride 12, and so on. 16, Tualoo, for example, very important for Tualoo. Look, what did you think would lead early?
Well, I think Lion Queen's got more gate speed than we saw, so I'm thinking that horse can get out the gate a little bit better. But yeah, I do think Better's Pride will probably find its way to the top at some stage.
The money indicates that, Matt. Big money for this horse, been heavily backed in. What's the latest price there? I'm just trying to get the 230. Yep, and they bet bigger prices clearly, and it's come right in. I thought the same. It's more than likely. The parade ring interviews tonight on X are going to be extremely important for this race to just try and get the pattern for punters. 6 to win for me from 1 Lion Queen. I'll throw the 11 and the 12 here in Elder Tribute. It's racing tremendously well. And as you say, Trent, a junior switching across to Franco Motu. It's ranked currently number 8 in the rankings, so it needs to. It's well and truly in the rankings, but needs to run a nice race. And Junior's on board probably to make sure that happens. 6, 1, 11 and 12.
6, 1, 11, 12 for Glenn, and 6, 1, 2, 11 for Trent, 6, 1, 2, 12 for me. A man that has got a horse in that race is Chris Voak, who joins us now. Vokey, very good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. How you going?
Very well. Thank you for your time this morning. Maximum Rock, a little bit of a tricky draw. What's your expectations with him going into this race?
I think he's going to run a big race. He's at huge odds, but he'll be driven cute. I wouldn't leave him out of your novelties because his run last start was actually pretty good, but he pulled up a little big after doing a bit of work early in the lead time. And he's probably, well, not probably, I know he's a better sit sprinter, but I just hope it's a hotly contested race, and if it is a genuine tempo and he's sitting cold on the fence, I think he's big odds at $12 a place.
Chris, good morning to you. Rock Artists race 3, number 6. Clearly a very classy horse and tremendous performance last start. Meeting a good field here. Hotly Pursued is clearly one of your main dangers. How do you view your tactics here?
Yeah, he'll go forward and be driven like the best horse in the race, Glenn. Other than Hotly Pursued, I thought it was a drop in class considering Otis and Lusaka. I think I'll probably rate that a bit higher than the collective depth of the rest of the horses outside Hotly Pursued, and I think he's definitely better than the last run. So if I look, you go through a lot of the horses' form, if you base it off his last run, I think he's a standout with Hotly Pursued.
On to the next one, Boy Blue. He's drawn awkwardly. He's had 2 wins in easier company recently. How do you see his chances taking on a good field from an awkward draw?
Yeah, he was real good last week. He hit the line well. Was the only horse that come wide and still took a little bit of ground off the leaders, in which was a fence-dominated race. Again, he needs a genuine tempo, but if he gets that genuine tempo, he'll savage the line really good, and he's a knockout sort of chance. If it gets run like last week, well, it'll be a carbon copy of what happened for him last week. But, he's got the talent. He's probably just would have been better if he hit his straps sort of 4 months ago. But he's only the last sort of 5 weeks is he really starting to show what he's made of. So, but that being said, at this stage of his career, he's a 6 sprint horse, so he does need a race to be put on for him, I think.
Sweet Vivian in the Schrader. You've got the draw. You're taking on some of the best mares in the state. So coming in, no doubt there's a bit of excitement there to see how she measures up. But the big query is, are you able to hold up?
It may be. Well, you've got, I think, Little Darling is the key. I think she'll fire out the arm real hard and look to try and cross us as well. So if that happens, it probably works to our favour. It gives her a chance to potentially hold up. But if she doesn't, she can sit and sprint too. So there's enough good horses in the race that if she's not leading, leaders back's not the end of the world. And from there, she'll run top 4.
Chris, race 7, Louis LeBeau, catch drive for you from Craig Hynam. Short price favourite, Mark Lou in the race, but Louis LeBeau's racing well.
Yeah, he is, Glenn. It just probably looks like Ruck Lou's going to hit the rail, and I think for that horse in particular, that's key. I can't recall the last time I've seen Senior have a set of fat spreaders on a horse like he has.
Yes, he's a bit of a problem. Yep.
That horse around him.
Definitely.
But it goes good. So, I just think if she led, or if it led, it would be hard to beat. But no doubt, Louis LeBeau's racing well, so he's definitely a novelty to place chance, and if something crazy happens, he probably can win too.
Eugene finds a field that he can be very competitive in. The draw, again, a bit awkward. How do you see this playing out?
I think you're right, Glenn. Trent. It is a bit tricky, but he actually raced well in the breeze against Opal Hunter and that when I drove him last, and he was no match for that horse, but he still held down second in sort of what was weaker opposition that for the rest of us. But I think up on pace, he'll hang in there and salute the judge, and what number he finishes at. It just depends on how hard we go and stuff like that. But he would be much better in front, but I doubt we'll be able to get to the lead. So, he's probably going to have to breeze again and try and control the race. But, yeah, he should be picking up a check, I think.
And in the last, Aldebaran Boyd's got the draw disadvantage to Majestic Gaga. These two have been having some good battles. Are you able to get the victory in the last?
Look, I doubt it. She was really good last start, and it looks like she's probably going to get an easy lead. And like you said, it's got the barrier advantage, so I think you just sort of have to accept that. We can't bully her or anything like that, and if she leads, she'll be she should win. But I think we can run second or third. He's a lot better than he was last start, because even though he won and that, he's a lot better for this run, but he's going to need to be. But, I mean, if someone posts Majestic Gaga underneath us and that, and, they run solid, in the middle half or whatever, then it sets it up for Aldebaran Boyd. I think that's the only way he could probably beat her. But that's probably more hoping rather than any confidence in that.
Who's your best chance for the night?
I would say Rock Artist, to be honest. I think he's come on from his last run, and I think he'll develop into a good free-for-all horse over the coming weeks, so he should be running a strong race in this.
Thank you very much for your time, Chris. Good luck tonight.
No worries, guys. All the best. Thanks.
There we have Chris Voak joining us, and we can have a look at race number 2 on the program now. This is the happy 60th birthday. Heather Sue Pace, $21.30. One Loctay, $7. Pocket the Chain, $71. Her Presence, $3.70. Fly to the Finish, $26. Waratah $3.50. Advantage at $7. Opal Hunter, $3. Feeling Ace is $126. Hull St. Louis, $23. Velocipede, $51. Sid Strepo, $41. Trent.
Yeah, it's an interesting race. First, when I looked at Her Presence at Pinjarra, I thought I was disappointing because she led with $1.70 favourite. Parakeet set it aside and beat her. But you look at the times, I went 28.7 into the bell, 28 dead, 28 dead. So it's just that Parakeet's gone huge. So I thought around Gloucester Park, if she could work her way to the front, which is, I think, very likely. I think Loctay would be in its best interest to take the sit. And from there, I thought she could run a really good race. I'm actually going to put her on top from a horse who I think's a lot better horse in Opal Hunter. I think he's a very classy type, and I won't be surprised if he just does happen to blow him away. But I just thought that at the odds, I was happy to go with Her Presence and Opal Hunter as the second pick. I'm not sure if he's a breeze horse. And at this stage of his career as well, so he might be relying on a bit of pressure coming from someone else. Waratah Lou's an interesting one, well backed in markets. It was a nice effort, sort of first up, but
had some tractability issues there.
Yeah, I thought it was just.
Yeah, just. I was
being very kind, saying just.
Yeah, they still run him in 28.7, 28.2, but I was surprised by the support so far, and Mate, have to...
Some gear changes too, Trent.
Yeah, and maybe it's going to charge out or something. Going back through it didn't look like the gate speed was super in its previous campaigns as well. So I'm putting him for third with a big watch, and Loctay, really good each way chance, particularly from the place point of view, from the poll. 3, 7, 5 and 1.
3, 7, 5 and 1. Look, I'm with the 7 on top, Opal Hunter. I think that last run will bring him on nicely. He had 2 soft kills, and then he went up against the best, and I don't think he disgraced himself. He had an awkward draw, and this is better suited for him. So he's now had 3 runs back after a long time away, and racing the better horses. I just think that will tie him over quite nicely. So 7 on top for me to beat 3 in for second, who I do agree is the hardest to beat in Her Presence, because I think it can find its way to the top. 1 in for third, Loctay, beautifully drawn. 5, Waratah Lou. Yeah, I just thought the tempo was on, suited this horse to be able to get home well, and I just thought didn't quite finish it off. A lot of respect for the horse. It was a big win at Pinjarra last preparation, where it broke 27 in the second section when it attacked for the front, and was a really good effort. So the money around, it's halved its quote. Could suggest it could run a good race, but yeah, on visually, I'm leaving it out of the top 3 after what I saw first up. 7, 3, 1 and 5 for me, Glenn.
So Cameron Ross taking the horse over was the original trainer of this horse.
Yeah.
It's an interesting move. Burr pole on, near side, head check. So it may be the head check going on the burr pole. I did think it was untractable in defence of it. I understand where you're coming from, Matt, whether it's run. It tend to peak on the run, but it wasn't tractable, I didn't think. Some changes been made there. And when you go back to the run against Golden Load and Storyteller, Pinjarra, the one you're referring to, that was a tremendous run with an attack for the leader. Might be driven aggressively here if they've got that tractability right. Her presence does look the possible early leader from Loctay. It's going to be very interesting to see whether this money for Waratah from $7 in to $3.50 is confidence that those gear changes are going to make a big difference to its performance, plus the run under the belt. I'm leading, having said all that, to Opal Hunter. A tremendous confidence that this horse will go well. Its last start was many excuses, couldn't get into the race and went to the line really well. So I'm confident it'll go extremely well. Worried about Waratah Lou. I've gone 7 from 5. The 3, Her Presence, will run a cheeky race, 7, 5, 3. And I put the 6 in Advantage. Horse that was put into the race last start, went extremely well. Signs are there, it's on the improve. 7, 5, 3 and 6 in an intriguing race.
7, 5, 3, 6, Trent, 3, 7, 5, 1, and I'm with 7, 3, 1 and 5. Race 3 coming up very soon.
On the Retrovision Gloucester Park preview, it is time for a Retrovision update with Glenn Mortimer.
Spring weather is starting to really work into this month of October as we get towards the tail end of October. And Retrovision, we've got plenty of stalls around with Glenn Mortimer, who has got the best deals in town. And Morts joins us now. Morts, good morning. And what can we find from our local Retrovision this weekend?
Yes, good morning, Matt, and good morning, listeners. We have doubled the RAC discount on everything Samsung at Retrovision. That's 10% off for RAC members in the range of Samsung TVs, soundbars, white goods, Galaxy mobile phones, tablets, monitors and buds. That's the entire Samsung range until the 29th of October.
Okay, so plenty to look forward to there. 0427 789 571, the text line for the quiz. What have you got for us this week?
Who am I? Foaled in 1999. I won 41 from 105 starts, including a Bunbury Cup, a Summer Cup, a Celebrity Sprint, a Media Guild Cup, a past President's Cup, and a Marathon Handicap, just to name a few and to make it hard for you, Matt.
Okay, and what was the last one? Marathon Handicap?
Marathon Handicap.
Yeah, okay, so Bunbury Cup, Summer Cup, Celebrity Sprint, or Celebrity Mile back in those days. Media Guild Cup, past President's Cup, Marathon Handicap, 41 from 105, fold in 1999. So a very talented performer there. And we'll have the text line light up very soon. 0427 789 571. Morts, thank you very much. We'll chat again to you soon. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Matt. Have a great weekend.
Retrovision, lowest prices guaranteed. RAC members save an extra 5% every day at Retrovision.
Okay, make sure you get your text through to win that voucher. Fold in 1999, 41 from 105, Bunbury Cup, Summer Cup, Celebrity Sprint, Media Guild Cup, past President's Cup, and a Marathon Handicap, to name a few there. I'm trying to think who he's trying to trick me with here, but I think I found it. There we go. Second guess. I went a little bit early with Paula's Mate was the first one that jumped in my head, but that was fold a little bit earlier, but pretty confident I've got it now. So how have you gone, Trent?
No, I was on the different horse and I was wrong. So now I've got to... So my first selection was wrong, so now I've got to look for the second.
Okay, so get your texts in, 0427 789 571. Traffic coming up very soon. Race number 3 is the Heather Blackie Coolum Bush Races winner Pace, 21.30. It was a big day at the Coolum Bush Races. Sweet Lucifer, $7. Arian Rock, 26. Illawong Mustang, 101. Soho Vesperland at 31. Parakeet, 20. Rock Artist, 420. High Price, 51. Rock and Roll Artist, 13. Hotly Pursued, 245. He's a Vibe, 14. The Iron Duke at $4.80. And Hillview Bondi at $11, Glenn.
Another good race. Hotly Pursued, tremendous performance last start. Clearly, lost a lot of ground, made up a lot of ground, went tremendously well in good company. Hard to look past it for me, but respect for Voak's push for Rock Artist. It also went very well last start, and beating Lasaka and Otis quite comfortably. It did have the right run in that circumstance, but did the job very efficiently. I'm going 9 from 6. Hotly Pursued, a really big class dropper here. and a horse capable of doing plenty of work in this company. I think he can go forward and make its presence felt. I've gone Hotly Pursued from Rock Artist, the 1 Sweet Lucifer. I think it'll be the early leader, and they can make a decision after that. And the 11, the Iron Duke, nothing wrong with its form. A good staying performance last start, just kept coming. 9-6-1-11.
9-6-1-11. Same 4 numbers for me, but I am with the 9 on top. I was very confident on Hotly Pursued, who was outstanding last start after losing that ground against that class of horse and still able to hit the line, and just really liked his last 100 metres. I think Cole put one on his rump and he just went sizzling past about 3 horses, and to run through the line like he did in that sort of section against those sort of horses, I think he should be able to win this race. So love the price. Think he's the one to beat. $4.80. Would have loved that price too. 9 on top for me. In for second, number 1, Sweet Lucifer. He's had a few runs under his belt now. He's got the perfect draw. He's got the gate speed to lead. I think he'll run a good race. 6 in for third, Rock Artist. Good win last starts. Come back well. And in for fourth, the 11, the Iron Duke. Really interesting test for the Iron Duke, who's 2 from 2, but this is significantly harder, in my opinion. 9-1-6-11, Trent.
Yeah, I'm with Hotly Pursued. I think we're on the same page. His form's been outstanding. Led and was beaten, but it was in 152, 2 starts ago. So happy to be with him. The start's interesting. I thought there was a chance that Rock and Roll Artist from out wide could have a real crack from there, which and possibly get across. So it'll be interesting to see what does happen in the early stages. Paraquet will be pushing forward after her. Really good last start. So because of those reasons, I've left Rock Artist out. I just thought that he might have to do too much work to take up that position. So I've left him out. I won't be surprised if things go his way. He can definitely win. But 9 on top. The Iron Duke, we'll find out about how good he is. He's had 2 impressive wins in easier company, but tonight is a step up. Sweet Lucifer should get a good run either way. And Paraquet, I didn't want to leave her out. She just went so good last start. If somehow she could work her way to the front, I think she'd nearly win. So I'm going to throw her in at the $20. 9, 11, 1 and 5.
9, 11, 1 and 5 there for Trent in race number 3. 9, 6, 1, 11 for Glenn. 9, 1, 6, 11 for me. No traffic at the moment, so we'll move on to race 4, 707. Taste of WA, Jeanette Donnelly Pace, $25.36. Chivalry, $31. Swingband, $3.10. Beat the Bank, $126. Magnus Victor, $71 with Instigator. Star Casino, $41. Bricky's Dream, $8.50. Lusaka at $7. Never Ending, $4.20. Armour X Factor, $51. Talks Up a Storm at $41. And Captain Ravishing at $2.75 here, Trent.
You go with Swingband. I thought they showed enough gate speed 2 starts ago, went third to Magnificent Storm, and I thought he'd lead here. Bricky's Dream's some concern. 2,500 for Bricky's Dream. I'm not sure if he will come out charging. It's in his best interest too. But that is the query for Swingband. And if he did lead, I couldn't see there being a lot of pressure, and I thought he'd run a really good race out in front. I don't think the 2,500 is a concern for him. I've got him as the one to beat. From number 9, Never Ending. I think this horse is crying out for a full field where everyone's really fair dinkum. And when that happens, we'll see what he's capable of. Tonight, it may not happen again, but there's been nothing wrong with his his 2 first up runs, and he'll be charging home. I also wouldn't be surprised if they are going slow, if Jack Callahan's given a licence to slide to the breeze here and see how he can perform under that scenario. Put him in for second. Captain Ravishing, hard to knock. I wasn't sure how he'd handle the WA racing, but Lindsay Harper's done a really good job with his horse, who's sort of been through a few hands, and he could have easily been a horse that come over here and just flopped and failed, but good first up second and a really good win last start. So Lindsay's done a really good job with him, and he must be respected. Looks a little bit under the odds for mine, but from the back row draw, but has to be respected. And Lusaka is the other class horse in the race. 2, 9, 12 and 8. 2, 9, 12 and 8. Your thoughts, Glenn?
Yeah, Chivalry early. What did you think would happen there? It's a chance he could kick up, I thought. Whether he's got the pace to hold Swingband's another proposition.
Alongside.
Yeah. Look, it is a chance you want to kick up, so it'll be interesting with the interview tonight, what happens there for Swingband, because that's critical. They like to use Chivalry a little bit and drive him reasonably aggressively normally. Whether he's got the pace to hold Swingband out of the gate's another matter. An interesting part of the race. I'm gone for Captain Ravishing. I see the Go Straight spreaders have gone on. Still, obviously, the little concerns there about getting around the track, off the track, but what helps him, Captain Ravishing here, and he's got plenty of ability, clearly. That's not his issue. He's the 2,536 metres, so be able to get into the race probably when the opportunity arises here. And I've put him on top just on the way he's going, and considering that he, in the Pacing Cup, I think he ran fourth. Like he's right up to this and capable of putting in the race. 12 to win from 9, never ending. 100% agree with you. It needs a truly run race. His form's been good. Sectional's good. Just can't get into these walk and sprint free-for-alls we've had recently with the way they've been set up from the draws. 12 from 9, 2 swing band. If it bounds straight to the front, it's going to be cheeky. And the 7, Bricky's Dream. I think its best situation here is not to be used and come with that brilliant sprint that it's got, and try and join in late in a very open race for the placings. 12, 9, 2 and 7.
12, 9, 2, 7. Same 4 for me. 9 never ending on top, though. Like what I've seen with him since he's come back. Think he'll be hard to beat. 2 swing band. Big danger if he could lead. 12 Captain Ravishing Racing well. 7 Bricky's Dream could spear across and get handy to them in the early stage. Let's go out to the roads.
You are listening to the Gloucester Park Preview, proudly presented by Retrovision. Retrovision, lowest prices guaranteed. RAC members save an extra 5% every day at Retrovision.
Welcome back to the Gloucester Park Preview, proudly sponsored by Retrovision. We're up to race number 5 on the card, and this is the Western Gateway 25-36 for the 3-year-olds, Group 3. 1 Troubadour 320, 2 Chase Me 460, Copperhead Lady 126, Controller Room 151, Captain Sterling 91, Boy Blue 34, Lincoln Lou $10, Elite Fleet 41, Major Mickey Whippy 126, Runkle Crunch 13, Belly Up 950, and Better Fortune 240, 150 to 1 Full Swing Denario and Lou L'Amour going into this race, Glenn.
A beauty, really exciting race. Troubadour, obviously, he's got the ace. Denny's obviously sticking with the very classy Better Fortune, and no surprise there, even though it's drawn 12.
And Greg Bond on the Sports Daily yesterday suggesting the 1 will be leading.
Yes, and hard to beat, I would have thought. 750 into 320. And Troubadour are currently ranked 12 in the rankings, so it's around the place and probably a short of a start with a couple of the fillies engaged in those rankings. Look, it's going to be hard to beat. I'm just going to lean to Troubadour to win. I hate going against Better Fortune because it's the best horse. 1 from 12, the 2, Chase Me, got a bit untractable, got up to its old tricks a bit on the corner. It looked on face value a little bit disappointing, but never got around the bend, got pushed, and I think it was travelling okay at that point. Put in run 3rd, and the 10, the big improver here, Runkle Crunch. It could be dangerous, Runkle Crunch, from this type of draw. I know it's been seemingly sort of average looking. Gets its opportunity here if it can get a clear run. 1, 12, 2 and 10.
Shazam for me, exactly the same reasons, and I just think that Troubadour might be able to get away with it, even though he's not as good as Better Fortune. 1, 12, 2 and 10.
1, 12, 2 and 10. Your numbers in recap, please, Glenn?
1, 12, 2 and 10.
1, 12, 2 and 10. Okay, so the same there. So, we've got 12 on top for me, which is Better Fortune. I'm a big fan of this horse, and I find it hard to go past him. So, put him on top, think he can win. Number 2 in for second, Chase Me. It's going to get a little bit harder, but I just think he may put a bit more pressure on this week. He was
bit of a walk and a sprint.
Well, maybe just lacked a little bit of respect of the leader last week, and then once the sections went on, he wasn't able to reel him in, and then he
Bondi got it right.
Bondi got it right, absolutely.
He worked out that they're probably a walk and a sprint, and Chase Me wouldn't attack.
It was slowly run for a
definitely.
For a prelude of the WA Derby. I think they went 38 for the lead time, and then the first half was in like 60. So, got away with plenty out in front, but was too good. So we're in for 3rd and throwing in the 10, Runkle Crunch, who I really like this horse for a place. I think this is a perfect draw for Runkle Crunch, and we can see the best version of this horse. And 1 Troubadour in for 4th, 12, 2, 10 and 1. Race number 6 is the Westinghouse, the Schrader Pace, Group 3, 21.30, Sweet Vivian 6.50, Princess Katie 26, Little Darling at 9, Naze Vera 71, Wonderful to Fly 13, Heavenly Gypsy 350, Reblon 101, Chili Punter 151, Sweet Cocoa 23, Penny Black 350, Dame Velour 81, Artie by the Seaside 360, Soho Vespelin 91 with Paraquet. Trent, who do you like here?
I'm going to go with Sweet Vivian on an each way basis. I thought like she got knocked over 2 starts ago when she was probably I think she was going to hold Heavenly Gypsy. I'm not super confident that she'll hold, but if she gets out well and leads, I think she'll run a huge race. Last start, she was beaten, run in 55.7. I think she's a lot better suited at the 21 than the 25. And yeah, I just think she'll run a good race. And if she's crossed by Heavenly Gypsy quickly, then she'll run a really good race from leaders back. There's two ways this race can be run. The lead's sorted out very quickly in the 200 metres, and in that case, Sweet Vivian or if Heavenly Gypsy crosses, big chances. If not, that brings a lot of other horses into the race. But I just thought on an each-way basis, I was happy to go with her. From number 6, Heavenly Gypsy, I'm putting her in for second. Probably don't think she'll run second, but if she crosses straight away, then I think she becomes the one to beat. So 1 from 6. 12, if there's a war on, she's the one for me who's got the most consistent, strong form and will be suited by that scenario. She'll be charging home. And Penny Black, absolutely flying. Just that draw is not really to her advantage. Big watch on Little Darling now with Cameron Ross. I think she's proven to be up to these. If she gets the right run, she can be dangerous as well. 1, 6, 12 and 10.
1, 6, 12, 10. Look, I'm with the one on top as well, Sweet Vivian. I do like this horse and think she's racing really well. And it's more basically what you said, Trent, is $650.85. It's almost a free hit for each way. Could definitely drift as well, but it's either going to lead and run a really good race at the 21.30 or get crossed and be leaders back and probably be able to run a place. So you've got insurance there. So 1 on top for me, 12 in for second. Artie by the Seaside, I think, will run a big race. 10 in for third. Penny Black was a nice win last start. And 6, Heavenly Gypsy. Just beaten last start was a concern for me, but if she does find the top, she's going to run a good race. 1, 12, 10, 6, Glenn.
Yeah, look, we're preaching from the same hymn book here. At the value at $6.50, if it does get the lead without, too quick a lead time. There is like Voak referred to it with maybe a shepherd there with Little Darling and maybe even Wonderful to Fly, which have got gate speed. Sometimes they dart out of the gate with Wonderful Fly. Shane Young might consider that an option to get forward anyway. There could be a little bit of speed. Heavenly Gypsy, we know she's quick. Whether they adopt that same tactics this week as they did the other week, problematical depending on what happens underneath her. I've gone with Sweet Vivian at the value also. Might be able to get away with it. 12, obviously, Artie by the Seaside, heavy respect for it. 10, heavy respect, Penny Black. And 6, Heavenly Gypsy, many chances left out of those top 4, 1, 12, 10 and 6.
Same numbers for you and I there, Glenn. 1, 12, 10, 6, 1, 6, 12, 10 for Trent. Race number 6 on the program. Race 7 is the Heather Helford Black Flag Girl Pace. And this is over the 21.30. Take a Hike, 9.50. The Wand Wave at 23. Little Happy Fella, 61. Rakloo, $1.14. Tri Royale Brigade, 41. Atlantic Gem, 13. Overly Excited, 31. Sister Cherie, 34. Grievous, 18. You Better Follow Me, 34. Cordero, 41. And Louis LeBeau, $71 here, Glenn.
Yeah, Rakloo very short, obviously, for obvious reasons. I think in the early stages, probably expect Take a Hike to hold up and bit of money for Take a Hike and going quite well.
I think that probably more place bet.
Could be more place.
The wind comes in with it.
The wind comes in when people back the place.
Certainly, yep. And what's it now, $9.50?
$9.50. So around at $15, you'd be closer to $2 a place, which is probably a pretty good bet.
A very good bet, and I had that scenario. The place bet was taken because it's likely to sit on the favourite, which makes it even better place bet. If they want to lead, you'd be a bit concerned, but I think the logic is that it gets the right run. To sit on the favourite. The 6, Atlantic Gem, is my only concern here.
I thought it would cross.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's right.
I had Atlantic Gem crossing.
Yep.
Rakloo's not blistering.
No.
And I thought Take a Hike probably...
So then the place price Take a Hike becomes a little bit of an issue as well.
Yeah, still going to get a soft run.
Yeah, I wouldn't be as happy. I'd rather be directly behind Rakloo. But
it might be Triax Warrior. Take a Hike.
Oh, yeah.
Straight over my head.
Well,
Robin's ex, his best horse.
His best horse by a mile. But no, it's going okay for Robin. But look, I've got this concern, Atlantic Gem. You've joined in and agreed with me that if it gets across and leads, what's it do? It may just take that beautiful option and sell on the favourite. It may not. So it raises a question mark about the $1.14 if that happens. I've got a little concerned about that, but I've gone with the logic. 4 from 6. I've got this gut feeling the 6 will get across. which puts Take Hike 3 back and still in a placing anyway, like you suggest, Matt. 4-6-1. And the 9, Grievous, went pretty good last start. And bad draw here, clearly, but the sprinting ability has got, when given the right run, is there. And it could be running on. 4-6-1 and 9.
4-6-1-9, Glenn. Trent?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same for the same reasons. I thought Atlantic Gem could cross and then probably hand up, and then it'll be a rails from there. 4-6-1 and 9.
With 4-6-1-10. I'll go with You Better Follow Me. I thought it was a good first up run. Punching the rail could be a Pegs Affair. 4-6-1-10, but I do like the 6 for a place in Atlantic Gem, and she could really make it an interesting race. 4-6-1-10, 4-6-1-9 for Trent and Glenn in that race. Race number 8, the Heather Colley Broad Arrow Cup Winners Pace, 17.30. And this is a very tricky race. Matty Rocks, $3. Jolted Charm, $7. Jamie Kim, $23. I'm Eugene, $8.50. Pocket Full of Opals, $126. American Cruise, $20. Joey James, $13. Burley Shard, $11. Your Grace, $9.50. Star Lily, $3.90. Marshane said $7. I said it once, I'll say it again. It's always good to be in this position where I can just throw someone else under the bus. So, Trent, I choose you.
Yeah, pre-race interview is big because Jolted Charm led and beat Matty Rocks on a merit a few starts ago, and Jolted Charm's won 3 out of 4, and he's in form. I did think Matty Rocks had the speed to hold, and over the 700 probably would do that. But before I launched into her at the shorter price, I'd want to be certain that Joseph Savalco, that is his tactic. So on top, Matty Rocks, presuming that it leads and Star Lily's going to get a really good run, been placed 6 out of her last 7, can add to that record again. Jolted Charm's racing well, and like I said, if you knew it was going to find the top, I'd be all over it. Probably a lot shorter than $7, to be honest, but throw it in for third. And Marshane said, I think this horse has got ability that's shown it in flashes. Junior on tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes steaming down the outside and causes a minor ball over. 110 to 11.
110 to 11. I'm with the one on top as well, Matty Rocks. I think on that race you mentioned that Jolted Charm won. Matty Rocks came from 4 back to pegs and made up good ground late. So I think meeting on similar terms here and with the option to lead, I think Matty Rocks can lead and win this. 11 in for second, Marshane said. I like this horse, but boy, did it burn me the other day at Collie. I thought it was very disappointing.
Yeah, I was on it too.
I expected it to win that, so I'm not sure why it went so poorly, but I can bounce back. So 11 in for second, 10 in for third. Star Lily's racing really well, and 4 in for fourth. I'm Eugene will stick on nicely. 111.10 for Glenn.
Yep. Look, the start's important, and I've gone with Matty Rocks to lead, so then I've, in that case, left Jolted Charm out. But this could change dramatically with the interviews tonight. But I'm assuming they'd want to lead for sure with Matty Rocks, and I think it can lead. I've gone 110 in that case. Star Lily, obviously, probably a big class drop here, but if you can get the right run, it can be the one to beat. 1 from 10. The 7 I thought was a class drop of Joey James. Likes these short trips. If it can get that right trip and there's a little bit of pace on, it can get into it late. It could be running on at odds. And the 11, Marshane Girl, give it one more chance to run on into the first 4. 110, 7, 11.
110, 7, 11 for Glenn. 110, 2, 11 for Trent. 111, 10, 4 for me in race 8. Last 2 races. Race 9, the Retrovision Y Shop. Anywhere else, 3-year-old fillies pace, 21.30. Average Cargo, 850. Captains Have Time, 350. Delulu, 26. Hunger Strike, 13. Ruby Lou, 31. Kinky, 34. Fabulous Dream, 17. Akoya Pill, 19. Faking It, $1.55. She's all go $151. Glenn?
Yeah, look, Faking, how can you go past her? She's, testing draw, clearly, but she's been able to circle the field and beat top fillies in the state, won the Oaks, faced the breeze, just won with a leg in the air, basically. In 157 over the 2,536. Like, she's really classy. It'll be another test from that draw because these fillies are very capable. And I've gone 9 to win from 1. I think Average Cargo obviously got badly checked last start. The draw's going to advantage Average Cargo. Plenty of money around for Captains Have Time. I've seen them very, very solid. Do you think Captains Have Time, that money is suggesting it's going to get the lead off the 1?
Chance. I think Average Cargo might elect to take the cover in the race and get the perfect run. So
they do. They know Faking will come to the breeze, don't they?
They know what?
Faking it should come to them. So they're probably thinking that way. What do you think, Trent, with regards to that?
I thought so. I thought Captains Have Time lost form. That was obviously a problem, and I thought she looked really sharp last week. So I thought that Average Cargo, take the sit on Captains Have Time, let Faking It do the work on it and have a crack late.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's when I first looked, I thought Average Cargo would probably lead here, but then I sort of started to think, well, Faking It moves forward, probably takes a sit on Captains Have Time. Look, I've gone 9 to win, Faking It. From the 1, Average Cargo, I think it's going pretty well. The 5, Ruby Lou, hasn't had a lot of luck recently. And the 2, Captains Have Time. If it gets the lead, obviously you elevate it up into the placings. The interviews will be important for where you think Captains Have Time is going to finish. 9, 1, 5 and 2.
9, 1, 5, 2. Trent?
Yeah, Faking on top, hard to tip against her. But interestingly, her last 3 wins where she's been dominant, she hasn't started favourite in any of those races, and she's been beaten favourite a few times. So she's one for the bookies, not the punters probably, but she's going to be short tonight. Should be winning, but I have got a lot of respect for Captains Have Time, who I think had lost form. I really like the way she tacked the line last start. Could be back to her best and can run a cheeky race. Average Cargo, I thought it would sit and be a really good place chance and a blowout winning chance from there. And then Fabulous Dreams, I feel I've got a lot of time for. Don't know how she gets into this race, but she's about $20, so wouldn't be a total shock. 9, 2, 1 and 7.
Shannon driving Ruby Lou.
Yes, yeah.
Had the choice, I presume.
Yeah, no doubt.
9217 Trent, 9152 for Glenn, 9213 for me. Same reasons, and I threw Delulu in for 4th, who I think's racing really well. It was a nice effort on Tuesday. Don't mind the quick backup, 9213. Last race, Retrovision, lowest price guarantee trot, 21.30. Aristotle, $9. Dark Secret, 71. Elderbaron Sundown, 71. That's Not My Gate and Saloon, 50 to 1. Love of Flair, 420. Majestic Gaga, 160. Elderbaron Boyd, 330. Trent.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Chris Voak here. Majestic Gaga, barrier advantage, really good run last start, and happy to have her on top. From the 8, Elderbaron Boyd, racing really well. Love of Flair, speaking of racing well, absolute career best form, and she's beaten these 2 and then wasn't far away last start. If they happen to go to war, she'll be charging home, and Aristotle steps up in class but has the draw and looks a good place chance. 7, 8, 6 and 1.
7861, 7861. Same reasons for me in the final race, Glenn.
Yeah, I went 7 from 8. 1 and 6, Aristotle, gear changes might help blinkers on. Murphy near side might help tractability. 781 and the 6, you can't leave Love of Flair out of any of these races. 7816.
781 and 6 in the final race. All right, we're going to take a break. On the other side, we'll have best bets and potentially look at Bunbury.
You are listening to the Gloucester Park Preview, proudly presented by Retrovision. Retrovision, lowest prices guaranteed. RAC members save an extra 5% every day at Retrovision.
Welcome back to the Gloucester Park Preview, proudly sponsored by Retrovision. We've got some best bets to work through with the 10 races. We've dissected the program. Trent, what are your best for the card?
I'm really keen, as quite a few in the room, on race 3, number 9, Hotly Pursued, and also on an each-way basis, race 6, number 1, Sweet Vivian.
Yep, okay, so your first one in to jump in and take Hotly Pursued for the team multi. Glenn, what are your best?
Yeah, you blokes jumped in early and left me without... my double for the night is race 3, number 9, Hotly Pursued, 9-9 Faking It, so that double. For the team multi, I therefore went with race 2, number 7, Opal Hunter.
Okay, well, I will add to our convoluted thoughts. Race 2, number 7, Opal Hunter is one of my best. Race 3, number 9, Hotly Pursued, I really like. And for the team multi, race 9, number 9, Faking It. So we've got race 2, number 7, Opal Hunter, race 3, number 9 in Hotly Pursued, and race 9, number 9, Faking It, around about that $11.40 mark if you wish to get involved with that. Bunbury's on tonight, 6 of the best. Glenn, you got any bests?
Yeah, a couple there, Matt. Race 4, number 10, Sir Willoughby, I think is a bit of a class dropper. A couple of runs under the belt should have helped. And race 6, number 2, Sweet Sassy Molassie, I think it probably can get the job done tonight.
Yeah, I really like race 4, number 10, Sir Willoughby is my best of the night there at Bunbury. All right, boys. It's got to be a new record. We're a minute early.
And you on Twitter tonight? What's happening there
I'm at
tonight?
Bunbury.
You're at Bunbury or calling Bunbury tonight?
Bunbury, yes.
Not a bad meeting?
Yes, not a bad meeting. Looking forward to it. We've got no meeting tomorrow. Calabarin on Sunday. They've got 7, 9 Monday at Pinjarra and 9 on Tuesday at Gloucester Park. So good racing over the weekend.
And the other big one, the Vic Cup and the Derby in Victoria.
Yes.
And can Leap to Fame overcome Barrier 8?
Leap to Fame's got the lovely draw again. It was either 1 or 8. It's a remarkable.
And beaten last. Oh, yeah. Like every horse wants to draw 1 or 8 except it, and it keeps getting it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Trent, thank you for your time. Back again next week.
No worries. Good luck, punters.
And Glenn, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
There we have the Gloucester Park preview for this morning, and so you'll be able to hear that on all your favourite podcast selections there. We're heading to the top of the hour. It's news time, and on the other side, we'll have Chasing Winners.